All right, let's fucking go, baby. Round two. Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Only positivity here. I just smashed some coffee, dude, because I had this like webinar that I had to present on. But about to start potentially cleaning some shit up around here. I'm being so aggressive. But ready to kick off podcast number, I think, 138 on this playlist that I'm looking to launch called Elevated Thoughts. So before diving into the topic of the day, let's go ahead and start with a level set. So as I endeavor upon pursuing knowledge and life experience in this next phase of life through fitness, photography, reading, cannabis, golf, many more things, one habit that I've really formed is traveling. So this podcast essentially goes through some of my more recent travels, taking those lessons learned and applying them to experiences in my life. I'm just cleaning here a little bit, doing a little bit of tidying up on that ad way. Just try to get every so often get a little, cleaning in, and whatnot. Keep it nice and easy here. What do you call? I just see there's this yart sitting by my wifey's bed that I just want to fucking suck on so badly. That sounds so fucking weird, dude. But anyway, so I'm just cleaning up a little bit. I've been like kind of off of recording the podcast. I have an Amsterdam one sitting on my Roadcaster that I'll upload here soon. But I don't know, dude. There's something about like just being able to like move around and do shit while I record these things that really gets the juices flowing, my boy. It's kind of tough sometimes just to sit down for a long time by myself and record a podcast because, I'll sit down and after like 15 minutes, I get all antsy, man. I just need to like go do something else for a little bit. So, all in all, just being a bum. But, so I'm just all over the place. But today, ready to kick off our next podcast and go into the most recent travels, which is to Grand Rapids, Michigan. And so, wifey and I tend to go somewhere every year for the 4th of July. Just, I think 2021 was the only time I was, the most recent time, or 2022 was the most recent time that we were actually here in Illinois for, for the 4th of July. And so 2022, right after 4th of July, we went to Banff for my buddy Fahad's wedding. In 2023, went back to Banff for my girl Shireen's 30th birthday. 2024, we went to Savannah, Georgia. And 2025, went to Banff again with my brother-in-law, and that was really great. That was just like one of the trips of a lifetime, honestly, man. I've been kind of just moving around, doing things every 4th of July, having a good time with it. And it just gives you something to look forward to, honestly. So this year, we were like, you know what, we're trying to save some money, just trying to be a little bit more frugal. Just didn't want to throw on another really expensive trip because we got some good things coming up. Like we went to Amsterdam. My last podcast was on Galena, right? And now we're going to go to Turkey for Turkey Day. We're going to go to Turkey during Thanksgiving. And we're going to go to New Hampshire for our wedding anniversary. I'm going to New York soon. We're going to Mexico in December. So it's like, dude, want to go somewhere for sure, but like, don't like, as soon as you start thinking about trips, right? You got your Airbnb, you got to book, you got the flights, the food over there, right? You're like eating every single meal out. So you definitely need to be accounting for that. So we're just like, you know what can we do? And so we were looking at areas around. And then Grand Rapids came up, and we're like, why don't we just go to Grand Rapids, right? What the fuck? We just make it a little R&R getaway. Like, why not, right? And so we started putting some details around it. And Michigan has a lot of good golf courses, good and just like all ranges of golf courses. They just have a plethora of golf courses out there. So I was like, to me, let's dedicate one day to go play golf together because wifey's getting really good at golf too, and so let's do that. And then after that, we'll find some shit to do. We'll find some relaxing shit to do. So there's like good food out there, good restaurants. There's all this, good stuff that we could possibly do. And so we just end up booking Airbnb. It's actually really cheap for this one Airbnb. Looked nice on the website, and we were just like, all right, like this is all checking out. The reviews are good, but you never know until you get there, right? If something's good or bad. So then we book it up, and we're like, all right, we're pretty much going now, so no need to like do anything else besides just like research some restaurants, make some reservations, and that's exactly what I did, dude. I just like booked a couple of reservations, a couple spots, and so did wifey, and so like we're pretty much good, like we're just gonna like chill and fucking sleep and go for walks and shit, and that's exactly what we did. So what we did was we left on a Wednesday evening, and the same annoying chick at work, it was giving me so much shit that day, dude. She's just like clearly bitter as hell in her normal life, so she's like throwing it all on someone, like someone who's happy, and so that's all good. I'm not gonna fucking be bogus about it, but she was just being so annoying, and so got up early, got a workout in, rolled up, picked up a couple blunt boys, rolled them up, sent those bitches back, and then kind of we're on our way, right? And for any of you that are driving up to Michigan, right, like when you have to pass along the lake and through Indiana, there's so much construction, it's like annoying as fuck. So like you can't really get into like a good headspace as the driver, like I couldn't like just like when you have open road, you're just like, oh, this is great, everything's awesome right now. But when you don't have open road, you're just like kind of bumper to bumper, you're up on somebody's fucking ass the whole time, so it's not the best. But we made it to New Buffalo, right? And that's where we stopped and picked up some bud at Jars Cannabis. And it's so nice over there. Just place the order online. Everything's cheap. And New Buffalo is a cute-ass town, man. It is such a fun little town. There's all these little wine cellars and wine tasting rooms and shit like that. And there's just so many good little spots to eat. It's right on the lake. It's like you really cannot beat it, in my opinion, for a little town like that, for a little cozy getaway. And so there's all these people, and there's this one little Asian restaurant that we end up going to. I get some nigiris, I get like a sushi plate, and it was okay. It wasn't anything like to run home about, but it definitely scratched that itch, so I was all good with it. And then we ended up just finding another little town, and they had a couple little ice cream shops. Like I said, wine tastings. We didn't drink any wine because I was driving and shit like that. But after we got out of New Buffalo, there was like clear road. So for like an hour and a half, we were just chilling, man. Just like, we were driving, we were talking, we were listening to some crime junkie shit, and we were just having a blast, just catching up, talking. It's really fun to listen to crime podcasts in the car. I'm not a big fan of them, honestly. Wifey is, really, but it's just fun to like listen to something, a crazy story on vacation. I wouldn't want that to be in my everyday kind of feed, but it is really nice to, hear a crazy fucking story once in a while. So I'll take that. But yeah, all in all, we touched down around like 10:30 over there, which was great. We had already eaten, so no need to eat, but we had packed like little food, little bites, chips, Gatorades, water, and like a little charcuterie board, a couple bottles of wine. It was all pretty vibey, So the next day we get up and it's Thursday. We're still technically working, so it's not like we can go be away from our desk for super long. But what was nice was our Airbnbs was like this group of like townhomes that was right next to a nice neighborhood, right? So what we would pretty much do is just get up, get some breakfast, and we got some nice bagel sandwiches the first day, and we got some bagel sandwiches, some coffee, logged on, everything was good, and then we went for a nice long walk through the neighborhood, and it was fucking great, just talking, chatting, catching up, and then we come back, take a meeting, and then go back out, go for another walk, and do that all day long. And so that night we went to a little Italian restaurant that was like in an old home, and I love that type of vibe. It's just like, it feels very, very personal. I got a cocktail that was like, it had Nerds in it, like Nerds candy. And I was like, this is fucking great. I didn't expect that, but it was there and it was fucking awesome. So, got that done and that was good. Got some, pesto linguine in my booty hole. And so that was fucking awesome too. Went back. We were watching Worst Roommate Ever, and that was so funny. Not funny. It's like sad, but it was just goofy that we were doing that. You know, we watched the whole season in like 2 days, so that was really fun. So then we like kind of wrapped up that night. Next morning, got up, had a tea time at Pines Golf Course. It's not like the nicest course in the world, but I highly recommend it because it's super chill. So, you know, what was really nice, I love seeing this, is like, even when you go to like Galena Golf Club, like there's families there golfing together, right? There's a mom and a husband, and there's 2 kids with them and all that, right? So there's just like this whole chiller vibe. And even though the round will take longer because of that, I in a lot of ways would much rather have that because the whole vibe was so different from what you experience out here in Chicago, man. Like we have a really pretentious golf culture, I feel like, here in Chicago. Like everyone's like kind of just like mean and, like I said, a little pretentious, and everyone thinks they're a fucking pro golfer, and I'm just like, no, dude. Like golf is fun, you know. We're supposed to chill with golf, you know. It's not like none of us are going pro, none of us are going to the tour. Let's just chill out. And so what was nice was every golf hole was like straight. You know, and I was playing from the ladies' tees with my wife because she was playing, and we were like we were scrambling together. And so, but the ladies' tees at this course were only like 10, 20 yards up. You know, there's a couple that were a little bit like, okay, this is like kind of far up here. But, you know, at some of the courses I play here, the ladies' tees are like fucking by the hole, dude, honestly. So it was cool because like, and what I liked about it was because you could see the hole, the course was straight, my mindset was so chill, dude. Like I was like, that's not far. I don't need to hit hard. And I was playing really well because of that, you know? And so there's something to learn there about just like overall intensity on the way I play golf. It's just to slow down and act like I'm not playing like a really long hole, you know what I mean? Just like chill out. And so we shot an 86 together. We used like majority of my shots, honestly, but she contributed on a few, and she hit really well. And I was really just proud of her for being out there, dude. You know, what I realized about, you know, the guys in me is that we're like grind. You know, we'll play 2 18s a day sometimes, and we're all having fun out there. We're keeping the vibes high. But dude, if you're out there for 4 hours, right, it's hot. It's not mega chill, dude. It's like it's hot out there. You know, you're waiting, you're spending 5 hours just straight up outside, and you're tired, dude. You're tired when you get done with it. It's not like a super straightforward thing. So I was just really proud of her for like honestly just getting through it with me, because it's commendable to do that. And so we wrap that up. We get some Mediterranean food, as we do, go home, smash out some food, shower up, rock a nap, you know, much needed nap. And then we just go on with our day, you know, just get up. And then we have a reservation at a restaurant called Little Bird, and highly recommend people go to Little Bird. That is in Grand Rapids, and it's a really good time. Just like I got a smash burger with some home fries, and everything there is like homemade. Everything there is just they make it all organic, all from scratch, in-house, and you could tell the food didn't feel like overly greasy or oily. I didn't leave feeling like super bummed out about how bad I ate. It just was like, this was, you know, I ate breakfast, like a little bagel sandwich and coffee, and then I ate this. And then we went home, went for another walk, and then just got cozy, watched Worst Ex Ever, or Worst Neighbor Ever. And there's some crazy stories on that. I don't want to ruin it for everybody, but there's some crazy stories out there. And the last day, we got up, and we didn't really have much to do, but we went and got some breakfast in Grand Rapids yet again, because we brunching. And then we ended up doing the same thing. We went for a walk, and we went for a nap. I mean, we took a nap. And, you know, we would smoke a little bit here and there, chill out, read. We would sit and read a lot together, which is great. Because I think it speaks a lot to, like, the quality of your relationship with somebody, not just your significant other, but just in general. Like, if you can spend time quiet with them. And so we would read a lot. We would play, like, question games and drink some wine, have some charcuterie, so on and so forth. And it was just, like, a really beautiful time. And then, you know, there was no real place that we could go find to go sit and watch the fireworks, because they were blocking off a lot of places, and it just seemed really crowded. And like once you're there, you're kind of stuck in there. And that was like not what I was looking for. Like I like some flexibility, and like a lot of times with these big situations, like, you know, 4th of July, like once you park, you're like kind of stuck there. And that was not what I was looking for really at all. So we were like, why don't we just go home? Like, we're supposed to check out in the morning anyway, but there's going to be a lot of traffic going home. There'll probably be no traffic right now because it's like the 4th of July. So we're like, fuck it. So we packed everything up. It was like 7:30, right? And so it turned out to be the best surprise ever. So we pack up the car, we lock up the Airbnb, do the checkout bullshit, and then we end up going to this Jimmy John's that's like an hour and a half away. We had just like eaten some lunch, so then we're like, all right, let's like drive for like an hour, then we'll stop and eat. It was still light out. So then we stop at this Jimmy John's, and now it's dark, and it's like 10 o'clock, right? So they're about to close. It's like 9:45, and so you can tell they're cleaning up. We get over there and we're like, dude, we're so sorry. Can we just grab a sandwich? We won't eat here. They're like, no, it's all good. They were so nice about it, and that's a wholesome interaction right there. And so we get our sandwiches and go eat in the parking lot. And so we're parked up in a parking lot, and all of a sudden we see all these fireworks go off, and we're like, dude, this is so dope. We were listening to a crime podcast and watching this fucking fireworks show, and it was just like so cool, so basic, but it's just so awesome. It just reminded me of like, how much I love my wife, man, because it's like that's what we were doing when we had first started dating like 10 years ago. Is like we would just be like hanging out in the car, going to chat somewhere, parked up somewhere, talking, just trying to find like a coffee shop, somewhere we just sit and like be with each other, right? And look, here we are 10 years later, literally doing the same thing, eating a Jimmy John's sandwich, watching fireworks in the car, right? And so it was so nice. And then we end up just wrapping that up, right? So we get done with that, and then so we're on the road now, and it's 10 o'clock, and so the whole way home, we're seeing fireworks on the highway. It was like probably the best fireworks show I've ever seen, because for an hour and a half, we're just seeing fireworks in all these different suburbs. And I'm just like, this is so cool, such an unexpected surprise. And you save an hour, right, coming back home because they're on East Coast time. And so we got home at like 10:30, 11. And that's still like, you still can have your day the next day, right? And so we got home, just brought some of our, the perishables up, like the stuff in the cooler, and just like knocked out. It was just like a beautiful trip, And so those are the types of trips that we take from time to time that aren't like super glamorous, but they're like as needed as like some of those more glamorous trips that we take abroad. Because on these trips, we really get to get reacquainted with each other, right? We're spending a lot of time like just alone together. There's no tour guide. There's no like long, lengthy flight. There's nothing like that. We're just literally doing our thing together, spending all the time from the morning, just like 24/7. We were together for like 4 days straight, And the funny part is that we never get tired, and so we never get tired of each other, and that makes me really happy. Makes me excited to keep exploring, pushing the limit, and seeing where life takes us. So I'm gonna cut us off right there. I hope you guys are enjoying the podcast. Feel free to leave me any feedback, and remember, only positivity. Thanks, guys.